Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Kerrigan.
Hello everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Witch Talk. My name is Kerrigan, and today we are going to talk about something very, very interesting. We're going to talk about voodoo with a specialist, and it will be very, very interesting. So this show has a wonderful, wonderful thing that didn't really quite occur in previous shows, is that we're going to give away some a book, a voodoo doll, and also a magazine from our guests. So it's absolutely crucial that you pay attention to everything that we say on this show. So keep your ears and eyes you know, on the screen and on the headphones if you have headphones, and you will be fine. Now, the first person to give us the answer on the chat room will be the winner, and it will be announced on the air. And so we'll be, you know, but keep your ears very, very opened to everything that we say, me and the guest, so that you can have the chance to actually win this. So let me just show you, first of all, how you can contact us on Witch Talk. Here we go. So, you want to know how to keep in touch with everything Witch Talk? Go to www.witchtalkshow.com and follow all the latest news. Listen directly to the show and enjoy it. If you're on the move, take Witch Talk with you by subscribing to our Witch Talk podcast on iTunes, or by following us on Buzzsprout Witch Talk site by going to witchtalkbuzzsprout.com. Don't forget to join us on Ustream Crowd. Go to www.ustream.tv/channel/witchtalk-show. Miss the show? Don't worry. Every show will be recorded and available for you to watch or listen both in Ustream and Buzzsprout. Witch Talk will air every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or approximately 9 p.m. in most Europe. Now, live in video, watch us on Ustream. Follow us on Twitter at Kerrigan, K-H-A-R-A-G-A-N, with an H after the K, or send us an email at witchtalkshow@gmail.com. Now, back to the show. And back to the show it is. Here we are again with another fantastic show for you. Now, today the software that we use to stream live Witch Talk on Ustream, it's giving me attitude. So if we go off the air, we will be back very, very shortly. It's because the software actually got, you know, heartburn or something. So we're going to go, first of all, I wanted to say to you, or I wanted to show to you our websites. Well, the first one is Facebook. Obviously, we have a page on Facebook. It's called Witch Talk Ustream, and we are actually seeing right now the Voodoo, New Orleans, the Art, and me, a conversation with Denise Alvarado, which is will be our guest today on Witch Talk. And you can actually go to the page itself and watch Ustream, our show, Witch Talk, directly from Facebook. So that's a very good thing. I wanted to talk to you about also our webpage, and you have everything in here. You can go to Witch Talk Conjure, you can go to Witch Talk, you can subscribe to our show directly from iTunes from here, everything, and read the Witch Reads also from here. You can go to our Facebook, our Twitter, you can actually go to our apparel website, which is absolutely amazing and will help us a lot on the expenses of the production of this show. So if you want to have a t-shirt of Witch Talk, you can have one, or a travel mug. It's fantastic and very useful. And it's not really a donation, it's something that you can keep for you. So, and you will help us a lot. So that's basically it. The other thing that I wanted to call your attention to, it's the publishing. Logios Publishing is our sponsor on Witch Talk, and I wanted to talk about Logios because they really support us a lot on this journey, and it's essential for us. So I just wanted to tell you that they have a lot of publications. They also will accept proposals for publishing books or CDs. So if you want to contact them, go to their website and propose your books or your CDs if you want to. www.logios.biz, and check it out. It's very cool. So that's basically it. Let's go now to something very interesting with our Indigo Estrella and Witch Reads. Let's see what she has to review today. Here we go.
Witches talk about which books witches read. With Indigo Estrella. Witch Reads.
Hello, Indigo.
Hi.
How are you?
So it's having heartburn right now, is it?
Well, no. It's I gave it a little bit of thumb. I gave it a thumb. A tum.
Oh, a tum.
A tum.
Oh.
and for now it's okay. So
okay, good.
We'll don't know,
Hopefully it'll be good the rest of the show.
Well,
I would hate for it to just crash.
I know.
Oh my goodness. I'm knocking on wood right now.
I keep the tums going, so we'll see. We'll see what's going on. So tell me one thing. This is very interesting because this is a very nice book that you have here. What is it?
Yes, it's unique.
Yes.
It's called Way of the Elders
Yes.
by Adama and Naomi Doumbia. And it's a book on West African spirituality and tradition. And it's most particularly for the Mande, or they're also called Bamana peoples of West Africa. So it's not really related to the show as far as voodoo, but it is West African spirituality, and I thought it would be really good to focus on it this week, and it's absolutely amazing.
Wow. Okay.
I was blown away.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So the cover, I love the cover.
Yes.
And so what is, obviously this is about the heritages and the elders and the ancestors. So what is this book about, and what does it bring to us, people that are not from the diaspora, that are not connected to that?
Well, I think that a lot of us here in the West know about African spirituality only through the Egyptian and the various traditions of voodoo, but not so much of the practices of the other parts in Africa. So this book, it brings a complete summary of the Mande peoples in a very approachable, no-nonsense way. And I really like this book because it's simple. It presents the facts. It's not focused on trying to make you believe what they believe. Adama, which is one of the co-authors here, he is from that part of Africa, and he's actually lived in these villages. So he speaks from experience. It's not something that's being force-fed. It's very approachable. Reading this book, I could almost see the village life in Africa, and I could see how their spirituality is really interwoven with everyday life, and it's apparent from everything that they do. And it's a fantastic book. It's separated into two parts. The first part being the cosmos and nature, and the second part is sacred living. So the first part, it explains the practices concerning various forms of divination, including shell reading, the uses of charms, and who would be wearing charms in different parts of their body. Like, for example, a hunter would wear a charm on his upper arm to have his arrow be swift, or his spear swift. And it explains in detail different animals and what the animals signify in daily life. Like if you have an owl visit you, what that means. It also includes herbs and healing recipes. And this is traditional for the Mande people. And then I don't recognize some of the words. And then I read into it, and it's actually like hibiscus or something that it's more approachable for me as a Westerner, as American, to really understand what it might be.
Yes, yeah.
And the second part of the book is sacred living. Now, sacred living it begins with village life, and it includes the spiritual practices of the village, the hierarchy within the village with the village elders, and continues on with ceremonies and observances within the family, including dynamics of the family, pregnancy and birth, childhood initiations and circumcisions, and then also marriage and funeral rites. So it just kind of like puts you into that village, puts you into what it is these people practice every day right now. And in the back, there's a really fantastic glossary of words. And it's incredible. I was really, really impressed with this book.
Now, what would you say, is it very, very different from what we do? I mean, of some things that you for instance, I don't know, but that you would find in this part of the world, for instance, or in the Native American practices, or something that you would say, well, the respect for the elders is just something that is cross-cultural.
Yeah, that should just be a given. Yeah. That's something that's sad that we've moved away from, I think.
Yeah. And I think that all the necessities, I mean, all of the parts of life are covered. The coming of age, all of those things, all the rituals there are, or pertaining birth or death or coming of age or anything like that, and marriage and all of that.
And music and dance. They even include that too.
That's amazing.
That's an integral part of village life in Africa, is music and dance. I mean, I had a dance instructor back in college tell me about when he was living in Africa. He actually saw many times women who were going into labor, they would start up a big dance party, and the whole village would come together as this woman was contracting, and they would keep her dancing all through the night. And then when she was finally just about to give birth, they put her away into the hut and let her have
the child. We lost, I think that we lost Indigo. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, why did we lost you?
I don't know. It's here.
Okay. I'm giving a thumbs now. I'm giving a thumbs. So, so why do we have to buy this book?
Well, you don't have to buy this book.
Well, I know, but if we want to, why do we have? What is the reason?
Well, there's very few books that detail African spirituality in this way.
Yeah.
It's not as in depth as I would have liked, but then again, it covers so much. It's hard to go into detail without getting lost in the weeds, I think. Yeah. So I think they did a really fantastic job of giving a great overview and a summary of the Mande practices without getting too intricate.
Yes. Yeah.
And the reason why you should read this book is because it brings into focus different spiritualities that you might not know about in any other way. I mean, this book is unique to me. I haven't seen anything else like it before. Just because it's not a very publicized religion or spirituality that's practiced.
Let's just say not very popular. Because people, you have
it is popular.
I know, but you don't have. Well, it's not really, because this is African spirituality, West African spirituality and tradition, and you do have some aspects of African practices. There are, like today's show, we're going to talk about voodoo and and things that came from Africa and that were imported from. But still, what the traditional West African spirituality practice today, it's not really very popular. I mean, you have things like Wicca and Strega and all of those things. You don't. I mean, I never found somebody that's what is your path? Oh, I'm a practitioner of West African spirituality.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really find you know, too many people that are actually, you know, practicing it. I never did. I mean, this is my experience. Obviously, you know, there must be a lot of people, but you know, it's just something that you don't hear often, you know, talked about. So I think this is important. This is a very important book to inform people and to give us a little bit of a glimpse into that.
Yeah, and you know, there's definitely correlations to Native American practice and also other you know, forms of shamanism. Just because they do live so close to the land, they incorporate the land into their spirituality and into their daily life. You know, I mean, they have to live off the land in order to survive.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it's very, very interesting. Like, for example, I'm just looking at the page where it talks about pregnancy observances, and it says that a pregnant woman will no longer work in the fields and will not lay down with her belly facing the light of the moon, because the moon emits a powerful nyama, which is, it says in the back that it's the energy of spirit. So she can't expose her stomach to the moon because the moon it's got such a strong life force.
Yes.
That it will affect the child.
Oh wow! Well,
yeah,
it's very interesting because you know we know that the moon has so much influence in water, and you know.
Yeah, I just found that very interesting, and you know, little things like that. That, I mean, it goes into detail what the father of a pregnant woman would be doing. Like, for example, he cannot drive a nail. Like, he can hold the nail, but he can't actually hit the nail while his woman is pregnant.
Oh wow, that's
I mean, it's
little
just
things,
very it's little things, but I mean, it explains it in such a way that it's very approachable.
Tell me,
I can't stress it more.
It's just amazing. Tell me how many cauldrons do you give to this book? I
think it's fantastic for anyone, regardless of tradition.
Yes.
To read and you know expand your horizons a bit and know more about the world around you and the spiritual practices around you. I'm going to give it 5 cauldrons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If I had an applause here, I would give an applause. I don't have an applause
button.
I know. We should give an applause for the 5 cauldron thing.
Yeah. It's very rare to get a 5 cauldrons from me, but
it is.
You know, it's not unbiased, but it's not biased, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's just presenting information the way that it is, and it's not asking you to change your practices. It's just saying this is the way that they practice in the Monday culture.
Well, and it is biased.
And I love
Any
it.
review is biased, you know, because, you know, you're an individual.
Oh, yeah, my review is biased. It's my opinion.
Yes. So, and it's a very honest one, and I like it. And you know, I just, it sounds wonderful. You know, it really sounds wonderful. It sounds like a very, very nice study, you know, and approach to this. And it's a wonderful book to have and to share this information. So
it doesn't go into extreme detail.
It's not difficult to read, is it?
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
It reads
Yeah.
very
So
easy.
that's what
It's not very thick. It kind of ends at about 150 pages or so. But it's
Very
so packed with
informative.
information.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yep. Yep. Well, thank you so much. That was wonderful. I love this suggestion. So, The Way of the Elders, Western African Spirituality and Tradition by Adama and Naomi Dombia, PhD, and review by Indigo Estrella. Thank you so much, Indigo. Are you going to stay?
I am going to stay. I can't wait to see who wins the trivia questions.
I know. Me too.
There's some good ones, too.
I know. There are. So, thank you so much, and I will talk to you next week. No, not next week.
Not on air next week. It's a weekend.
Yes, it is. We're not going to have Witch Talk, right, on the next weekend. Yeah.
But we'll be back on July 10th with Z Budapest.
Yes, so that will be very, very nice. Very good. Thank you so much, and enjoy the show.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. And that was our wonderful Indigo Estrella with Which Reads. Now we have to go to the author and to introduce our author today. She is absolutely amazing. Let's just hear the introduction. Here we go. Denise Alvarado studied art formally at the University of